Hello and thanks for watching Best Maths Tutors. I'm continuing to look at the Edxcel GCSE Maths Higher Tier Paper 1 from May 2020. This is question 13 and is a question about density, mass and volume. So we can see that we've got two liquids, liquid A and liquid B, which are being mixed to make a third liquid, liquid C. And we're given some details about liquid A, we're given its density and its mass, and we're given some details about liquid B. This time its density and its volume, and we have to work out what the density of liquid C is. So what we need to know is the relationship between density, mass and volume. We've got a formula which is that density equals mass divided by volume, and it's actually quite useful if we turn that into one of those triangles so that whichever one we wanted we could cover up, and what we'd be left with would be the formula for it. So we can see that if we covered up density there, then we'd be left with mass over volume. If we covered up mass, we'd be left with density times volume. And if we covered up volume, we'd be left with mass divided by density. In order to work out the density of liquid C, I'm going to need to know what the mass and the volume of C is before I can calculate it. So what I'm missing from liquid A is actually the volume. So for A, I need to know the volume for liquid A. So if I do that, I can say, well, what's the volume? The volume is, from this triangle I've got here, it's mass divided by density. So in our case, it's 1400, which is the mass, divided by 70. And I can cancel this fraction down, so I can cancel the 0 there. I've got 140 divided by 7. 7 goes into the 14 twice, so that makes 20. So I've got a volume of 20 meters cubed for the for liquid A. For liquid B, I'm actually missing the mass there. And if I look at this triangle again, if I was to cover up the mass, I'd get that mass was equal to density times volume, just calling it D times V here. And so I can multiply those two numbers together. The density is 280 and the volume is 30. So if I do that, I could say, let's just do 28 times 3 first of all, and then we can add the zeros on after. So 23 times 8 is 24. Write down the 4, carry the 2. 3 times 2, 6, plus the 2 is 8. And then if we just add these two zeros on, we can get 8,400 kilograms for the mass. Now for liquid C, if we want to know the mass for liquid C, now we know the mass for liquid B, and we were already given the mass for liquid A, we can just add them two together. So it's the mass for A plus the mass for B. So that would be the 1400 plus the 8,400. So if I work that out, that's 9,800 if I just add those two together. So that's the total mass of C, mass C. And we also need to work out what's the volume of C. So volume of C is going to equal, again, when we mix these two liquids, the volume is going to be added. So we can say it's the volume of A plus the volume of B. So if we add them two together, we get that we found that the volume of A was 20 before, so it's going to be 20 plus the 30, which is the volume of B. So we've actually got 50 meters cubed. And now we've finally got onto the bit that we need to work out, which is the density of C, and that is going to be the mass of C, which we've already worked out, divided by the volume of C. And if we do that, what we end up with is the mass was 9,800 divided by the volume, which was 50. We can cross out the zeros there. So we've got 980 divided by 5 So I've got writing all over this. Hopefully you'll be a bit neater when you're doing this. So that would be 5 goes into 9 once, remainder 4, 5 goes into 48, 9 times, remainder 3, and then 5 goes into the 30 6 times. So that's our answer, which is 196 kilograms per metre cubed. So I can just write that in the answer space there. And that's it. So I hope that's been helpful to you, and if it has, please consider giving our video a thumbs up and also subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching.